Hey, Mugmaster. You got you got an invite. Okay. Yeah, sometimes people get those and sometimes people don't. I don't know how that TikTok stuff works, but I am. I hope you are as well. Hi, Angelica. Hi, Ashley. Hey, Sincere. Okay. Hi, Denny. Hi again, Denny from Michigan. Hey, Nene. Hi, Haley. My hair needs to be washed. How are you, Nene? Hi, Mike from Virginia. You know what? So am I. I keep telling my daughter because she's the one that talked me into this. My daughter, and I keep telling her like I love it. Like I just like I can't believe that I didn't think that I would like it. Right? I was so convinced. Like there's no way I could go that dark. There's just no way. Not that I have done my hair dark before, but I always add the highlights like instantaneously. And now I'm telling her that I want to do it darker, like up in here. So I'm going to actually have more dark. Hey, Cece. Now, I told her I'm never going back. I was like, I'm never going back. You're never going to see blonde on these ends anymore, ever again. It just feels so rich. It feels so healthy, right? But I'll add the blonde from time to time in the front because why not? It's fun. Oh, hi, Nick. No, I'm not inviting you people on my live. I don't even know who you are. Why would you even want to come on this live? That would be awkward. Hi, Steven. Oh, that's okay, Steven. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nothing can mess anything up. Your practice, Steven, is to just keep consistently just doing my practice. Literally. You can do whatever you want. Like people always ask about like techniques, and you can do whatever you want. You just really want to be consistent with settling yourself down into this moment. You will naturally be led to what's best for you and naturally be led out of what's not best for you, because you start to get very sensitive to how you feel. You know what feels good and what doesn't, so you'll know if you're like, oh my gosh, why am I like in a rut right now, or why am I spiraling? You'll get good at really settling yourself down, and that guides you to the next best thing. See, that's the practice. The practice is you start to really trust yourself and trust in your inner guidance. You can hear your inner guidance better. Like I can hear my inner guidance. So I don't spiral anymore. I don't get lost in negative emotion anymore because I've done these practices over and over and over again, which is just settling down, moving slower, meditating. So what I will do if I find myself starting to dip and dip more than normal is I will sit down in that energy. So it's about really sitting down in that energy and listening to that guidance that's saying, girl, go do this. Girl, go take a drive. Go get your refresher. Go watch a movie with your kids. Like literally guiding you to the best thing in that moment. That's what it's doing. There's a best choice in this moment for you that will help you feel better. Sometimes we tend to like get lost in scrolling on TikTok, or we get lost in doing something that we clearly know doesn't serve us. But the more you stop acting on those impulses, and instead you settle yourself down. This is what I talk a lot about in my private group. If you're not in it and you're interested in getting these updates daily, I highly recommend getting in the private group, because I'm always sending out these kinds of reminders for you guys to settle yourself down, stop scrolling on the phone, take a little break from it, take a pause. all the practices that I talk about, but that's what it is. It's a membership, so it is something you have to pay for monthly, but it is worth it. It is worth it. So if you're struggling with, just reminding yourself just to settle down, you only need to take a second to a couple seconds to a minute to just settle yourself down throughout the day. No problem, Stephen. It's crazy to think people don't believe that it's literally this simple. That's all you're ever doing is settling yourself down in each moment, calming yourself down in each moment, and listening and starting to trust your inner guidance more. It's your inner guidance. It's your inner guidance. That's like you're going to hear the messages. You're going to start to actually hear it. It's your intuition guiding you to the next best step. You're going to know, okay, do this instead. You're getting yourself lost in a negative emotion right now, or you're starting to dip, and instead of reacting to it or feeding it, you're going to settle yourself down instead. This is why meditation is so helpful, because it helps you quiet your mind. It helps you quiet your thoughts. It helps you focus as well. When I go into feelings, bring them close without the mind. You realize nothing's Trey, I know. And there's such peace in that moment, right? There's such peace in that stillness. There's such peace in that nothingness. And in that nothingness, you're able to really tap into that, what's best for you in this moment. What would be best, right? Because you're calming the not feeling so good, that disconnect down, which is bringing you back to self. Because that's what these practices are going to, that's what they're going to show you. I just made a video today on this. Will all come around full circle, right? Like before you knew this information, you were living your life just every day, living your normal life, feeling normal. It felt normal to you. Whatever you were doing felt normal till you realized that you create your own reality, right? Oh, I create my own reality. I'm unlimited. I can have whatever I want. So then you start to feel a lot of discomfort in that, because you're like, it feels so far away. The only thing you're doing with my practices is bringing yourself back to self again. It's going to come around full circle. The difference is that you're more whole, you're more fulfilled, and you're doing things that are more in alignment with you. You're not doing the day-to-day tasks that don't serve you anymore. You're not doing the things you're not in relationships that don't serve you anymore. You're not doing a job that doesn't feel good to you anymore. You love yourself, you love your life, you love everything about, where you're at in this moment. And you also know what also happens is you realize that you are worthy. You were always worthy. You're going to be like, I was always worthy. You're not changing much. You're not changing really anything. You're just moving to different experiences. That's all it is. And you start to understand that, right? Because anytime you don't feel good, anytime you feel discord at all, guys, that's you not feeling worthy. That's a lack feeling, right? It's not the truth. It's a lie. It's a lie. When you don't feel good, it's a flat out lie. You don't got to figure out why though. That's what you don't want to do. Don't try to figure out why. Just your only job is to get reconnected. Reconnect yourself in those moments by settling yourself down over and over again. Hey, Lilani. What if your habits are strong? You keep doing the practices, girl. Thanks, Stesso. Hi, Stesso. Thank you. Girl, I'm telling you, you are stronger than those habits. You are way, way, way stronger than they're just habits. They're just habits. That's all they are. And the only reason why you go back to them, thank you, Stesso. The only reason why you go back to them, why? Because it's familiar. That's all, Lilani. It's just familiar. And don't think about it. There's nothing wrong. Just keep relaxing your body. Even if you're still doing it, guys. This is why I say relaxing is so powerful. You don't even know it yet because you're not seeing results right away. But relaxing is so powerful. Relaxing practices are so powerful. Thanks, Stesso. Understand that even when you have negative thoughts happening or you're doing aimless scrolling through TikTok, but your body's relaxed, you're actually still making progress. You're still moving forward. The thing about it is you don't see results right away. And that's what it is. As humans, we're control freaks. We want to know right away what's happening. How is this unfolding? I want to know. When's it going to happen? When's it going to get here? How is it happening? What's happening? Well, that's the point of all this. You're not going to see results right away because it's that internal shift that needs needs to happen first. Then things really start to flow. Like I always say, you're going to see results right away. You will. But you're still going to be focused on the unwanted. You're still going to have to keep doing these practices to really make that full internal shift. The full internal shift is just feeling good. You feel good all the time. And when you don't, it's very easy to get reconnected to yourself again. It's very easy to get reconnected to feeling whole again. Hey, Linda! Purge all my belongings, etc., but feeling guilty about this. What are you feeling guilty about? Because if you're that would just you probably feeling attached. If you're I don't know what you mean by purging though. Meaning like throwing things out. So if if you don't feel good because you're getting rid of stuff, then you just have some attachment there. So you just keep settling yourself down, reminding yourself it's just stuff, right? Relax your body, Royal. It's okay. Just relax your body. Listen, there's no rush to any of this, guys. Don't think like you got to be there. You got to get there. I got to get to this place right now. I got to get there. I got to get to that place. There is none of that. You're going at your own pace, guys. There's no rush to any of this. I just give you the practices and the reminders. That's what I do here. You guys know what to do. You already know what to do, but you have to remember, number one is that you can't make a mistake in this. There's no mistakes. Everybody's going at their own pace. Don't compare yourself to anyone. You're allowed to have a breakdown. Who says that's not a good thing right now? If you had a complete breakdown and you just let go and you cried, who says that didn't serve you in that moment? You are where you are. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Cannot make a mistake. Cannot make a mistake. You are exactly where you plan to be in this moment. Hi, Emma. Yoga, tell me your name again, if you don't mind. Always sincere, always. Yes, sincere, 100%. It's like you planned all of this. You planned all of the way that it's unfolding. You planned every bit of it. It's all planned. It's all pre-planned. That's what I always say. I'm like, listen, we can't see the bigger picture. It all makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me now. I always say, like, when people always talk about techniques and stuff like that, I'm like, don't even introduce anything like that in the beginning. Just get to a place where you're feeling more at peace. You're feeling more content, right? Then you can start bringing those things in. Not that it's wrong if you do them now, because you literally can't make a mistake. But it starts to become more fun, and because you get that, like, you understand everything's done now. It's all coming to you. But you're not doing it to get it. You're doing it because it's fun. That's it. I always say the best things that manifested for me were the things that I did nothing to get. I didn't even set intentions for them. They just unfolded. Because you cannot, I'm telling you right now, you don't know what's best for you. We're way too limited. In this human experience, we're way too limited. The more you relax, you get opened up to more possibilities, yes, and you can get to pick and choose and stuff. But I'm telling you, even that, it was just happening for me. Because like your higher self knows what's best. We don't know what's best. We're still in that human doing mind, especially in the beginning of this, right? Marissa, I have to find a way to remember your name. Marissa, because that's not a common name to me. It's pretty, but I'm saying like it's not common. Like I would think, I'm thinking Marissa, Melissa. I found out my husband cheated on me. How can I deal with it? Focus on yourself. Jocelyn. That's what you really want to do when something like that happens. When anything like that happens, where you're feeling that rejection, where you're feeling that hurt, that pain, it's time for you to focus on you. And practice really, really pouring into yourself right now. Thanks, Stesso. Aw, Stesso, you're so kind. Aw, thank you. I'm just going to be saying thank you to Stesso the whole entire time. But you have to allow the heart to break open. Yes. Yes, that's like things like that cause us to they feel like they're pain and suffering, they're actually serving you. It's waking you up to the fact that you create your own reality, right? You create and that's what this is going to lead you to. It's only going to lead you to best and better, Justine. Just know that. Just know it's going to lead you to best and better. Oh, thanks, Stesso. Okay, I didn't see your question. Do you acknowledge what? I detached and now I see lookalikes of him everywhere. How do I respond? I wouldn't even make a big deal of it. I would just laugh and be like, oh, that's cool. That's it. Don't get, because that can still be an attachment, right? Like you're still so focused on the manifestation. You have to, my answer to anything you're manifesting forever and always is to be constantly focusing on yourself, always. Make sure you're focusing on you and what feels best to you in this moment. And that's literally your practice forever. Even as these things manifest, it's always going to bring you back to this moment. It's always going to bring you back to this moment. Like these, always remind yourself, guys, manifestations will not make you happy if you're not happy now. Thanks, Desso. Right? So basically, I would just say, how do you feel right now? Are you happy? Then all is good. Just keep doing happy. Keep making that your only practice. Yes, Royal, definitely. Because remember nothing at all has meaning here. We're placing the meaning as we go. And a lot of the meanings were already there right before we got here. So it's just opinions. That's all it is. So now, and a lot of it, you got to remember, this is all energetic levels too. Remember, I talk about that too. So if you're not feeling good and you're in lower energies, you're going to be getting information that doesn't serve you. You're going to be attaching yourself to beliefs and meanings that don't serve you. When you relax, you start to raise your energy and you attract better information, better beliefs, things that will serve you. That's why relaxing is so powerful, because it's helping you raise your energy, and you consistently do it. You consistently do it, and you'll always be in those, you will always be in those higher energies. That's what it means to feel good. I had some misfortune, but it turns around last minute like perfect. Oh, I love it, Clover. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Toxic positivity. I don't think I don't like to judge that, because who am I? What is toxic positivity to you? Toxic positivity to me is what? Is it somebody being positive and we're calling that toxic? I just never vibed, Kate, with that meaning, with that definition, with that term. I've never, because okay, so someone's being happy, but I'm judging them and saying they're being fake. People probably said that about me, right? So I don't really get into that topic, that comment. I never vibed with the word. The two do not go together to me. Toxic positivity, it just never went together with me, right? That's just my opinion. So I never really got into that. Because you could say that I'm toxic positivity. People could probably say that about me, right? But we don't really know we don't know people's lives. So you'd be judging someone based off that. So I think, Kate, that would just be a lack of, if that would be judgment, because you don't know what people know. A lot of people don't understand this information. They're just doing the best that they can. We're all doing the best that we can. So to me, that's just an outdated term. Like toxic positivity is just an outdated term, because you wouldn't even use that in your life, right? Because you know how this works. You know how emotions work. You know that you're supposed to feel good. And when you don't, it's time to just relax your body and settle yourself down and bring yourself back to self, right? So you wouldn't even use that in your experience anymore. But to call someone that is judgment, because you don't know what they know and what they don't know, right? Do you kind of know what I'm saying? Do you catch my drift, girl? Do you catch my drift? Yeah, so okay. It's just that I worked with a girl before I worked with a girl, and I loved her to death. It was my perception of her was positive. But I know she had stories and I know she had stuff, but she was very positive all the time. And I knew she had a past. Now, other people were annoyed by her, but I wasn't because I had a different perception of her. I loved her. She helped me all the time. So, but she had her own stuff going on. Who like so I just don't like that term. I just find it to be very negative. That's all. I don't vibe with it at all. Because she was doing the best that she could with what she knew, right? I liked her. She was always helping me at my job. I loved her. She was always positive. She came in happy every single day, but she annoyed other people. I liked her. I understood her. I understood her. Hey, Christine. Yeah. So I never really got into that term because I just don't vibe with it. I think it's judgmental to call someone, say that they're an example of toxic positivity or whatever. I just feel like that would be judging someone. Exactly. Yes, you do. That is 100% right, Manti, Miss Manti. Miss Manti. I know, Claire. I love that. I love what Claire just said. I just say you never know what anybody's going through, and it's like just stay in your own lane and be kind. That's it. Be kind to everybody, and that's it. That's the end of it, right? Because you literally never know what somebody's going through. So just be kind to everybody. You never know when you're making somebody's day, right? And you got to understand this is all a reflection. This experience is a mirror. Why would I ever not be anything but kind to others? Right? Why would I ever not? Because it's all going to come back to get me anyway. So if I'm judging that person and I'm calling them mean names, it's going to come get me. It can't not. It's a boomerang effect, guys. Right? We know more now. Yeah, Christine. Preach it, girl. Yeah, it's just like my thing is it's really about it's how you're perceiving things in that moment. Just like when people say they're they're mean to me. I'm like, well, you're it's how you're perceiving it in that moment. It's so funny because yesterday I was at Wendy's drive-through, and when I went to get the thing, they forgot something in it, and I looked in the bag and I went back around real quick. And I could have thought that they were kind of like just throwing the bag at me. And in my mind, I know not to judge that. And like, they're busy. And they weren't like, I would have, the old me would have taken that personal. But when I went back around and I got the thing that they forgot, they were so ridiculously kind to me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But see how quick, if the old me would have judged that situation, how they were like, they just kind of gave it to me and I left. I was like, let me just check this bag because they seemed like they were rushing, right? So I was like, let me just check to make sure I got it was extra dressing for the salad. And sometimes they forget it, right? So I was like, I could have quickly said, oh my God, they were rude. And I could have went down this whole rant and got annoyed, but I didn't. I said, they're busy. They're like work. I give those people tons of credit because I think those jobs are hard. So when I drove back around and I said, oh my gosh, I was like, oh, you just forgot. They were so ridiculous. They gave me an extra one, like so extremely kind to me. But how we perceive things in that moment, it's all perceptual. So that's why you have to learn how to just like not take things so personally. You have to just assume the best in every situation. Always assume that, just always assume the best. Always assume the best, right? Or don't assume at all. That's where you get quiet, you get neutral. If you're feeling affected or upset in that moment, just get yourself to that, settle yourself down again. Otherwise, always assume the best. Do you think people should feel through their past emotion? No, absolutely not, Kate. Do I think people should feel through their past emotions, trauma first, and heal them first? No, no. The reason why this is, Kate, is because there only is this moment. So why would you ever dive back into your past? You don't remember your past clearly. None of us do. None of us do. Even if you sit here and say you do, you don't, right? It's your past for a reason. You only have to keep moving forward with feeling good now. And when you don't, you settle yourself down to bring yourself back to self. You never want to figure anything out. You never have to investigate a belief. I'm telling you right now, I did this. You don't have to investigate anything or ever go back. You just have to consistently settle yourself back down into this moment to bring yourself back to self. That's all you have to. You don't have to sit and suffer. You don't have to sit and suffer. The only reason why we think that is because we don't think we're supposed to feel good. We're programmed not to. We're programmed to think that not feeling good is normal. Literally, I'm not kidding you guys. The more you do these practices, it's going to click one day. You're going to go, wow, I didn't really have to sit in those emotions to suffer in them. I didn't have to sit in them to like, oh, I got to feel them. No, it's just because you're still attached to negative emotion. That's all. A little bit. But the more you do it, you keep releasing it. That's all you're doing it. You're doing it to release the negative emotion. That's all. Eventually, you're on the other side of it. And you're free. You're free as anything. You're so free. Like, you just know how to get back to self so much easier. Thanks, Tesso! It's not anything you've been taught, trust me, is limiting. I can promise you. I can promise you from sticking to these practices and dedicating myself to these practices, people are going to come back around and they're going to realize they're making this way too difficult and way too hard. There's nothing separate from us here. Anytime you feel separate, it's a lie. It's disconnect from the truth. That's it. No more than that. No more than that. Don't try to investigate it. That's a trap. That's always a trap. You just sit down, you relax your body, you bring yourself back to self. You'll start hearing the inner guidance within. You'll start connecting to your higher self more. Thank you, Sam. Hi, Sam. You'll start connecting to your higher self more, that inner guidance, trusting that inner guidance, always leading you to your best path, guys. Always leading you to the best choice. And you'll start trusting it more. And you'll see how life starts to really spiral and keep getting better for you and better and better and better. Just a practice, guys. Just a practice. You keep doing it. Right, Claire? Hi, Claire, by the way. Yeah, reacting keeps you in victim mindset. Keeps you as a victim. Thanks, Tesso. Keeps you as a victim, keeps you in patterns that don't serve you. But again, at the same time, it's only doing what it knows. So it's not like we're mad at it. We're not mad at anybody. We're choosing a different experience. That's all. You gotta leave those other ones where they're at, not judge them. That's what keeps you moving forward. Let things be as they are. You're moving towards a new experience, right? And it'll all unfold very naturally with my practices. There's no doing, there's no effort. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do techniques. You can. Don't say, I'm not saying you can't do those things, but you got to make it about feeling always. Thanks, Cece. You got to always make it about how you feel. So if you're ever doing a technique and it doesn't feel good, stop doing it, because you don't need the technique. You're only doing it I just started introducing journaling. And the thing about journaling is it's got to be positive, right? Before, when I used to journal, I would vent. I don't want to live this anymore. I don't want to do that. Well, that was about 2 years ago. I threw all my journals out. Now I'm very aware. I'm ready for it. I can write things down now because I'm very, I have a positive mindset now. So it's all positive what I write in there, literally all positive, talking about things I want to do, right? Things that I'm, planning for my life and things like that. Because my mindset is more healthy. I have a healthier mindset, right? So you want to get to that place before you really start even introducing things, because for the most part, you're in opposition of all those things. You don't even trust it yet. So you're really just wasting your energy. What are you giving your energy to? What you should be giving your energy to is yourself. In the beginning, And always, really, you always want to be pouring into yourself. You always want to be doing these types of practices. And the practices is just meditation, settling yourself down in each moment, making the best of this moment. Like that's really all you're doing. Yes, right, Clover. So, and I think it kind of feels like very it feels very like channeled too when I write those things. So it's like it feels like it's really intuitive for me. So I like it. It's fun. I'm starting to really enjoy doing it. I do it like once a day. What you want to hear something funny? Want to hear something? See, this is how I know we have guidance. I didn't download that app. It just showed up on my phone. The journal. It was so random. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use it. Normally I would delete it. I'd be like, how'd this get here? Get rid of this. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use it. Another thing that's, I know we're always being guided is when I make my videos, sometimes they get weird. Like you hear my voice double over, like it's like my voice over my voice. And I cut those parts out and the video is so much better and right to the point. And to me, that's guidance. Like, I feel like I'm always being guided, like strongly guided of, no, you don't need to do this yet, or don't do that yet. Like, I feel like I'm literally, people are like involved. I know that sounds weird. Not everybody's going to get that and think it's weird, but I just feel like I'm being so guided all the time. Well, that's it, Victoria. That'll keep you right where you're at, hon. Not just saying like that saying that, right? So this is what I usually tell people. Victoria, you have to know that you're moving towards best and better. That has to be enough right now for you. That has to be enough. If you don't believe that, if you can't believe that I'm moving towards best and better, then you won't resonate with any of this information. And that's okay too. That's okay too, but you're going to keep repeating those patterns, right? To get out of those types of patterns, you have to start, Victoria, with not speaking about it. I know it's takes practice. It takes practice. You have to be able to quiet that down and not express that. It's easier said than done. My story's worse than anyone else's. You don't know. I've been through it worse than you. Well, that just keeps you in a victim mindset and it just keeps you stuck there. Right? And that's what it's going to do. It's going to try to keep you in that pattern, a very familiar pattern. But I always say this first, before even saying quiet, you got to want this. Honestly, you got to want this. You got to want to move towards best and better, and you got to know that you're moving towards best and better. Otherwise, anything I say to you is going to annoy the shiz out of you. Do you believe God has a plan for us? I believe, yes, I do. I believe we are God, though. You planned this before you got here, Anastasia. Not necessarily like God has a plan for you. Yes, you get to pick and choose along the way things. It's not like you don't have no say of anything. Thanks, Tessel. But you did plan a lot of this before you got here. I know that for a fact because so many things that manifested for me, I did not ask for. And they're way better and bigger than I could ever plan for myself. I can tell you right now. Not only that, but they were very effortless for me. I mean, I struggled not at all doing these things. Like, I can't explain it because I always say, I'm not tech savvy. I'm not good with this kind of stuff. And I struggled not at all. It seemed like magical. Now, you do get to pick and choose things along the way, but you have a set path. You do. That's why you have to understand you have your own unique path. Don't compare yourself to anyone. You're wasting your energy because you have a different path than that person. Everyone has their own unique special path, right? But yes, along the way you get to kind of like play around with things and pick and choose like little things too. But this is why you need to let go. You need to let go and let these things unfold. Thanks, Desso. Yes. And what Claire's saying, blaming others for how you feel is how we were raised. That's a program you're running on. To say it's their fault, it just keeps you stuck. It keeps you stuck. So for me, it frees me to take full responsibility for how I feel. I take full responsibility for how I feel in each moment. It's up to me to feel good in each moment. Nobody else can do that for me. Right? So it's all on not being so quick to take things personally. Literally, I'm telling you, it's a lot about not taking things personally. That's big. You have to learn how to just brush it off. You got to be like, no big deal. You got to stay in your own lane. You got to think about it as your energy, your precious energy. This is my precious energy. It's so valuable. It's so precious. It's so expensive. It's mine, right? And what am I giving it to? Am I really going to give it to taking something personally that someone said to me? Am I really going to give it? I'm going to give my power to someone like that? So again, you just gotta remind it's those reminders. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste my precious energy. So instead, I'm going to settle myself down. I'm going to calm myself down. I'm going to remind myself I'm okay, right? And that just by calming yourself down, you move out of it. You start to move out of it. Claire's bringing them on in. Claire, have you been meditating, girlfriend? Have you been meditating? Because you're shouting out some goodies tonight. Without a doubt, right? Because Sam, like I always say, like reacting is reacting. It's in the word. You're reacting to something. So it's going to react. It's keeping it active, right? It's all in the word. Reacting. It's repeating. It's in the word. So that's basically what's going to happen. Whether like it comes out in that person or the next person, it doesn't have to be that same person. It's just going to keep happening. It's not going to get away from you because it's all your energy. I love it, Claire. Keep going, girl. Keep going. Am I getting Julia Roberts tonight, Christine? Does Julia have dark hair like mine? Tell me. What do you do when you have a downward spiral day? It's okay, Z. Just keep relaxing your body. Thanks, Brenda. And hi, Brenda. Just, it's fine. Just keep, like I said, these practices, you just got to stick with them. That's all, Z. You just got to keep doing the practice. Keep settling yourself down into this moment. Meditate, right? Meditate more. Take those pauses throughout the day, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. Listen, my practices, they're easy. They're all relaxing, guys. You're relaxing. Like the one where you relax your shoulders, that's so powerful. The one where you take those few second pauses throughout the day to settle yourself down, that's so powerful. The one where in the morning you give yourself time to take your time, so powerful. They're all relaxing practices. They're all practices that help you settle down into this present moment. There only is this present moment. Exactly. Because what Claire's saying is it's okay to react. Because why? Why is it okay? I feel like I'm a teacher and I'm in school. Because that's going to bring something to the surface that doesn't serve you. So that's the only way you will know, is if it does show up. So reacting's a part of the practice as well, because otherwise you'd never know what doesn't serve you. Just remember that when something shows up that doesn't feel good, that causes a reaction out of you, it's because it doesn't serve you anymore. But that's it. Don't go any further than that. Don't try to investigate it. You just calm yourself down in those moments, because that's what's going to move you out of it. Go back to when I talk about energetic levels. This experience is about energetic levels. So as soon as you settle yourself down, you raise your energy and you move out of what doesn't serve you, right? And the more you do it, you continuously move yourself up into those higher energies. That's the vibrational scale, the emotional scale. And you'll be more steady in that. Thank you, Stesso. Hi, Clipper. I'm doing good, Clipper. I didn't even see any, Christine. I didn't see them because I'm yapping. I'm yapping too much. Limitless, right, Kristen? That's my new favorite word, limitless. You got to make it about you, user. That's the thing. That's right there. That's the trap. That's the trap. User says, I thought the way someone acts as a result of your alignment as opposed to theirs. You got to bring it back to you and say, it's my job to feel good no matter what. Because as soon as you start bringing other people into it, you're blaming them in a way. See how tricky that is? See how tricky that is and how those beliefs get you? Right away, it's like, oh, well, that's a reflection of them. I get what you're saying there, but it's about taking full responsibility for your alignment in each moment. And because then we start judging again. So you got to stop making it about other people. You got to make it just about you and you feeling good no matter what. Always, 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 always. Because that's another trap that you'll be stuck in. It's saying like, oh, well, they have this and they have that. And you go back to old patterns. It's very easy to go back to old patterns, right? Thanks, Tesso. So everything's perceptual, right? It's all perceptual, how you're perceiving it in that moment. But you want to always bring it back to you and taking responsibility to feel good in each moment, no matter what. So, okay, so if somebody shows up in a slight off mood around me, I don't care. I don't care. I'm still singing and dancing. I'm still smiling. I'm still feeling good. I can still maintain that feel good energy. So you could look at it that way too. What happens is they will match your energy. You will get them out of that energy, right? Or they just disappear. Literally, they will vanish from that moment. I'm not kidding. Like they will literally not be in your energy because energy matches. It doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. It doesn't lie. It can't lie. Oh, thanks, Chris from Tennessee. Chris in Tennessee. Exactly. I'm laughing at Claire every time I read Claire's. In my mind, I'm saying it so stern, like she's channeling it straight from source. Like I'm like, don't tether to their mood. We should be in a line. Like that's how I'm reading her. I don't know like why it's coming out like that. Shalina! Hi, Shalina! I feel like I haven't seen you. Am I wrong, Shalina, that I haven't seen you? Right? You straight to the point, girl. Why, thank you, Fred, for your approval of my frequency. Right? Hi, Shalina. Oh, we got another Julia Roberts. How many? We should have ran a poll tonight. I must be matching Julia Roberts' energy tonight. That's not my see, Katie. Like something like that. When people say, "Is it wrong or right to be divorced?" You can't ask someone else that question, right? It's right if it feels right to you. It's right. Right? You have to trust yourself in those decisions. You have to trust yourself and not care what other people think. So that's really important. You have to trust that you're always making the right decision and moving you can't like I can't answer that for you in your experience, right? You have to know that you're always making the right decision for yourself. You can't make a mistake either. So don't think about it like that either. You know deep down what's best for you. Only you know, though, Katie. I don't know. I don't know your life or anything, right? So that's one of those things you always got to trust yourself. I don't care what people think about me and the decisions I make because I know that decision that I've made this far was right. I know it was, right? I don't care what people think. And you shouldn't care what other people think about the decisions that you make, right? Also knowing that, again, you can't make a mistake anyway. So the Zoom went so good. I want to do another one. What's so funny, Marissa, is that today I was like debating on should I do a Zoom or should I jump on here and do a live? And I was like, you know what? I have to plan the Zooms because it's a little different with Zoom. But it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. I was nervous at first because I've never done Zoom like with everybody, like with my peeps, I'm used to the lives where it's just me. So at first, sometimes I like every now and then I would like get a little nervous, but otherwise it felt the same. It was just flowing, right? I just like the interaction. It was a lot more personal with the questions and stuff. I like that. I don't know. I think just it helped a lot. It helped. So no, I liked it. Just another way to communicate with you guys, and it was fun. I was practicing. Christine's in the membership, and Emma is too. That I noticed that we're here. And you guys see that I was doing the test live today. You see my like half of my head, because I want to do lives in there as well. I want to do private lives where we can maybe like get a little deeper in these conversation, guys. I like it to be very personal, and we can really open up about these topics. I was talking about a lot about my personal life in the membership, so I can start really opening up about my personal life. I don't want to really do that on here, but it was helpful. It was very helpful to who was in there. Just saying from my experience, because I talk about how my whole life flipped upside down. Nobody can throw me a story that I didn't experience. When people say, oh, it's easy for you to say, I'm like, been there. Oh, it's easy for you to say, been there, been there, been there. I had it all. I think it had to happen. See, I think everything happened the way it was supposed to for me, because I could never be where I am helping people with this. I overcame so much. Like, I am so proud of myself, because I know it's not always easy, but I know that I am in a place of wholeness. I was in a place of such separation, such suffering. I wanted to die, literally wanted to die. And I'm not using that as like a pity me story, but I know what it's like. I know what it's like. So to overcome all of that and come to a place of wholeness, like I was like, nobody can throw me a story. You got to want this, though. You got to want this. It's not hard. It's not hard to do this. It's consistency. It is consistency. You got to be consistent. You got to constantly be showing up for yourself over and over and over again. That's why I tell people, like, they won't stick around if this doesn't vibe with them. And that's okay too. I had people tell me thanks, Desso, that they would leave and they would come back when they were ready for this. Because you got to be ready for this. Because this is going all in. This is you moving towards your most abundant timeline in every area and aspect of your life, guys. This isn't just manifesting one little thing, wasting your energy on one thing. This is your whole life transformation. You're moving to your most abundant timeline with me. You're going to understand what it means to be whole. You're going to understand what it means, the meaning, nothing is separate from you. You're going to understand that with me. Literally, you're going to get there with me. I love it, Rachel. Right, Faith? Yes. And what's funny, and I say funny, but what's funny is that it kept happening. Thanks, Ashley. Like, it wasn't like a one-time thing where I felt like I said this shit. I would say to myself, this doesn't work. Abraham's a liar. I was blaming Abraham Hicks. I'd be like, Abraham, this don't work. But you got to stick with it. You that's all you got to do is stick with it. You just got to stick with it. Oh, I love you guys all saying I'm ready. That's so awesome. Just remember, it's not hard. It's just, it literally is just consistently showing up for yourself. And not in a way like you think, like, yes, I got to get strong and I got to, no. It's actually the opposite of that. You got to relax. You got to settle down. You got to meditate. You got to calm yourself down. So it's not in the way you think. I got to pick myself up every day and I got to be the strong person. It's actually the opposite of that. You're actually settling yourself down in each moment. You're connecting more to your inner guidance, right? And you'll start to really trust yourself more in that practice. Yes, my membership, thank you, Christine. You'll see it. It's called Patreon. It's going to be fun. I mean, it's already awesome. I'm loving it. I'm just loving I'm able to organize things in there and have like the reminders in one category, the practices in one, and the meditations in one. And I think it's gonna grow from there. So this is only the beginning. And then again, the Zooms and the lives will be in there, and just talking maybe about more fun more fun topics. I mean, I just love this stuff. I live for it. I live for it. I know, Claire. I so agree. I so agree. I just so resonate, always resonated with Abraham. As my the few times that I can barely count that I said this doesn't work to Abraham, the million times that I said I love Abraham overtake that. Because I was always saying I love Abraham, I love Abraham, I love Abraham. Yeah, exactly, Susan. Exactly. Because it's all serving you. And when you can just realize that it really is, it's not just me saying that, it's all serving you, right? There is no really setback. It's just you're settling yourself down again in this moment because you keep reminding yourself that you're exactly where you're supposed to, where you plan to be in this moment. I'm telling you, you plan to be right where you are right now in this moment. Everything's going according to plan. Always remind yourself there only is this moment anyway. And what am I trying to get to? There's no end to any of this. There's no end to any of this, right? So there you go. There's the Zoom said by Linda. She said the Zoom was the best thing that you decided to do. It was fun. It was fun. It's just fun seeing you guys. Definitely want to do one again, and maybe like tomorrow and or like the next day. We'll set one up for like later, like evening, because I know a lot of people can't get on like during the daytime. So we'll try to do an evening one. And again, if you want to be in the Zooms, but you don't want to be your face to be in them, message me on Patreon because you can message me separate in there and just say, listen, I'm jumping on it, but my screen's going to be black. So this way I won't call you out because I'll call you out not purposely. I'd just be like, girl, your screen's black. Do you need help? Let me help you. So I won't think unless you send me a separate message or send, even if you want to just put it out there, hey guys, listen, I'm on here with you guys, I'm in it, but I do not want to be on the screen. That's okay. That's okay. Like, listen, don't be afraid to not want to be on that because I was like that at one point too, right? Oh, of course, Z. So nice to see you, Z. Ah, trust me, you guys are all doing amazing. There's no rush to any of this. Don't feel like you have to like get it all done right now. You're never going to get it all done anyway. There is no ever getting it all done. You're just constantly moving towards more. You just get to a state of very you're content and you're at peace. And like I said, you're just there's no rules in your life anymore. You don't live by any rules. You're just living by your own rules. You make your own rules now. Like you just get to be you when you want to be you. You start having fun. You're living now. Like sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just putting on music and I'm just going to sing and clean my house. Like, and that's enough for me, right? In this moment. Hi, Ellie. Thanks, Ellie. I'm telling you right now, that's where all your power is. You think it's like in doing things to like make more money and you think it's like let me do more techniques. It's not. You have more power in singing songs and hanging out with your girlfriends and dancing and singing than you do doing a manifesting technique. Really, because you're just think about that. How much and it's all about energy. It's all about energy and what you're rating at. That's what manifests things. So when you're in that high feel good energy and you're just dancing and singing, you're a magnet. You are magnetic. Magnetic. Sometimes those affirmations, they're not really that, they don't really, they're like, yeah, I am this, and they might feel okay, but singing a song, you probably put yourself in a way higher energy. Right, Claire, right? Yeah. Like I'm more in alignment now with you guys than I would be if I was doing a technique. If I was doing an affirmation, I'm in a more magnetic energy right now with you guys than I would be if I was doing an affirmation or if I was sitting there doing like a technique or something. This is magnetic energy. Doing what you love is magnetic energy. It's not an affirmation. That's you can add those things if you feel like it, but you really don't need them. You don't need them. It's all about that feel good atmosphere, right? It's all about creating a feel good atmosphere. I love that one, Shalina. Yes, let me tell you. Shalina says, or hanging out with my children playing Uno. And that's a favorite in my house too. But when I sit around and play with my nieces and nephews, or when me and my family get together, I am like, I gravitate right towards the little kids. I love being with, and I like hanging out with the girls too and like having fun. But I love the little kids and playing games with them and just sitting around playing. But they're just so much fun. They're so happy. I can't get enough of them. Exactly, Claire. Exactly. Right. 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 Oh, Katie. I'm glad you're here too. Hi, Mike. Clover, that's gold. That's golden. That's my kind of teacher. Cause you all know I didn't like school very much at all, actually. Let me take my phone off for a little bit. So I'm not like, I don't love this light here, this spotlight, because it's very weird. I'm always trying to like get it right, but I can't. Thanks, Claire. I got a dark pink one and a light pink one from my kids for my birthday, was it? My birthday? Where is Mel Mel? She's sinking in. Do you see her? Mel Mel. Mel Mel. She ain't budging. You can't even tell which part of her is. Oh, I bathed my big dog today. Let me tell you, that was fun. I was like trying to pick her up. She's really heavy. I sometimes I get to the point where I can't take it. I'm like, what the heck? So like I will pick her up and bath her. So I had to get my son to help me because she's like 100 pounds. So I was like trying to pick her up and she wasn't having it. She's like, no, I know what you're doing. I missed it. My birthday is October 24th. October. It passed. Oh, Ashley. Or I say, oh, but maybe you loved it, right? Like maybe that was like, all right, time to go to my favorite spot. Yeah, I wasn't a school person. I was so quiet. I was just so quiet, kept to myself and just wanted to get the heck out of there. Oh, I see it, Claire. Why, thank you. Oh, that was a good one. Best compliment I got in the longest time. We haven't gotten many of those lately, have we? Uh-oh. This light. I don't really like these lights in my face. Like people, they're supposed to be like in your face, but I don't like them like that. Hey, Kay! How are you, Kay? Sorry, guys. Hold on. It's the one that like clips on your phone, you know? Like it clips like on the corner. and it's just not staying. How are you, Kay? My hair's so greasy. Hold on, let me take this off. Move. Ugh. If Christmas lights are still up in June, do I love Valentine's Day? I don't really look at it like anything. I decorate because I like to decorate, that's all. But do I love it? It's just a day, you know. Okay. I know, I'm missing questions. Hold on. South Jersey hick accent. Wow, I never heard that one before. That's a long one. Yeah, so it's not really new, Kay. I had this light before, but it's just like it clips on your phone, but it never stays on my phone. Like it slips off and stuff. And then I got to charge it. It's okay. Actually, it's all right. It works, but you know I bought 1 million of those. I can never get the lighting right. I love there's lighting on here when I do my actual videos that I really like. Like I'll steal TikTok's lighting. I'm using my computer now. Okay, yeah, I know it's so dark, but I love it. I didn't think I was going to like it at all. I was like, it's going to be too dark. I'm not going to like it. I'm going to end up throwing in highlights like right after. Oh, Katie, yeah, that's so good. So in the beginning, Katie, that reminds me. In the beginning of when I was doing these practices, I would just like think of things like just think of sitting out in the sunshine, or just think of like me being around with my family, making a home cooked meal or something like that. So I used to say like you don't have to necessarily be doing anything. You could just be relaxing and thinking of things that feel good as well, right? Which leads you to doing those types of things anyway, right? So yeah, but you don't have to always be doing something. Aw. Yeah. I just like to sit out in the sun. That's my favorite thing. So I can't sit out in the sun now because it's wintertime here. So I'll go like tanning once a week. Not always once a week. Let me go get that light, see if I can play around with it. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta go to I gotta go to Dunkin' because they close. This is my favorite. I like the blue. They close at 8. The one that I love, they close at 8. So I got to go and get my drink before they close. I always feel bad because the young girl that works there, that's a little, see what I mean? How bright is that? I love this girl at Dunkin'. And she always looks so tired. I always feel bad. And I'm always there like right before they're about to close. I'm like, oh, I'm here to get my drink. Hi. It's me. 7:55. There's another Dunkin' that's near me too. And that one is good too, but it's not, they don't make it as good. This one that I go to where the young kids are, always 100%. It's always good. Oh, Z, I love that. See, I don't like these lights because they're just like so extra. Hey, Pong, how are you? Me too, Kay. Me too, girl. I miss the sunshine. I didn't cook dinner. Who asked me if I cooked? Kay, I didn't cook today. I was going to cook. I was going to make, I make this thing that I grew up with. It's called ham and rice. It's ham, rice, and scrambled egg and like soy sauce. And I was going to make that today, but I ended up not making it. My kids went to the pretzel factory, the Philly pretzel factory. So today was a no cook day. I'm due for a cook day though. Last night I was at the food store kind of late getting, my dogs needed dog food. So I had to get dog food and I grabbed like lunch meat and stuff like that just like to have in the house. I don't cook all the time because it gets old. Like it's like, I gotta cook again. So like I try to mix it up a little bit, do stuff that's easy in between as well. Add pineapple. Add pineapple to what? You know what? I'm not a pineapple person. Like I could drink it like in a drink mixed with something, but to eat slices of pineapple, I couldn't. I don't like. Oh yeah, that does sound right though. That does sound right. I just don't like pineapple. Like when I make my hams, if I make it and I put a glaze on it, I don't do the pineapple glaze. I'll do like the cherry glaze, like the sweets with the cinnamon and like that kind of glaze. Oh, that sounds so good, Cece. See, that's something that I love, but only my one son. See, this is what's hard with kids. When you have 3 kids or more than one, there's always somebody that doesn't like something. Like chili, only me and my older son like that. The other 2 do not like it. So like I can't, it's a waste for me to make it, but I love chili. I love it. Another thing I can't make is beef stew because only my older son, he's a lot like me, actually. We like it, so, and the other 2 don't like it, so thank you. So I'm always like, I've done that too. But it's just like so hard it's easier for me just to make something and then we can eat it for like a day or two, at least 2 days, right? So like spaghetti's popular here, tacos is popular here. This thing that I love, it's my favorite. It's called chicken with stuffing mixed together. That's a favorite here. Thinking like that's probably like our 3 favorites. Yeah, it's always like that. It's always like that. And it's easier just to like, there's stuff that all 3 of them like, so I just always gear towards that stuff. So yeah, like I haven't had chili in a while. They like soups. I'll make all different kinds of soups, which is good. Like broccoli soup, broccoli cheddar, potato soup, chicken noodle soup, like all those types of things. So it's actually chicken breasts, Katie, that I cook in the I do it a couple different ways. So an easy way is to put it in the crock pot and just let it cook. I do weird seasonings. Like I put like, I used to put beer in it. Now I do like ginger ale. Like if I have a can, like a ginger ale and lemon juice and lemon pepper, butter. It's butter, oil. It's all the good stuff. And then I let it cook and then I take it out and I add cream of chicken in it, but I don't leave all that juice in it. I drain a lot of that juice and then put cream of chicken. So it's cream of chicken and then cheese. It's like all stuff that people would be like, oh my God, that's a lot of, but it's delicious. And then the stuffing I cook separate because not all my kids like stuffing. So I got to cook the stuffing separate. But it's so, and then you make mashed potatoes with it, homemade mashed potatoes. It is my favorite meal. Like, I will eat that for days. Like, my kids will be over it. I'll be on day 4. I'm like, I can get another day out of it. Like, they're like, I'm making them like a whole new meal, and I'm still eating that meal. It's my favorite meal. Deep fry. I did do that one time, Cece. I used to do the breading, and I do that some nights too. Like, I'll bread the chicken and like fry it, not like deep fry it, but fry it in the pan, which is always good. Mangoes, right? That's what they tried to get. One of my friends from Dunkin' had me drink a mango refresher. I don't like mangoes. It has like a peachy taste to it, and I don't like peach. I think I might be picky, guys. No, girl, what is that? Cece, what is that? That sounds amazing. That's what I said to him. I was like, every day he'd be like, you should try it. You would, and I'm like, I can't. I just like my refresh. Like, I'm not going to get that instead of this. And I'm like, oh, maybe one day I'll try it. So he ended up giving it to me, and I tried it, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. You could see it in my face. I'm like, it's okay. I felt bad. The whole thing literally sat in my car one day. I was like, trash. I don't like it. I don't like it. My in-laws, they keep asking my hubby to come meet them, but not me. Why would you think not you? Just go. Can't you just go? Just show up. Maybe you're just making it more than what it is. You never heard of chicken. Wait, what is it, Cece? I want to know what it is. Chicken fried steak. Wait, I could just go. Go, girl. You walk in there. And you'd be like, hey, guys. When it's too late to start it. When is it too late? I don't know what you mean. So just know you're always manifesting, Felix. What do you mean when is it too late? You're always manifesting. You can't stop. You can't stop manifesting. Now you just know that you get to create. You're creating it. You're aware now. It's like, oh, I get to manifest what I want. I get to be doing anything I want. So now it's more about knowing that. You're opened up to that now, that you get to choose. You get to choose what you want. Yeah. And then when you want to go a little further into it, you understand that your most abundant timeline exists. Thanks, Desso. In every area of your life, your most abundant timeline exists. And all those things are making their way to you. It's more so about letting go of the things that don't serve you. That's what's going to bring those things in. So just about making the best of where you're at. When you don't feel good, settle yourself down, meditate, do those types of practices, and everything will just unfold. Hennessy? No. I don't think I ever had Hennessy. Does that look like Hennessy? Yay, Mariah. I'm so happy for you. Congrats, girl. You know, it's so funny when people are like, you know, they do, like people say thank you for this or for that. And I'm like, listen, you did it. I told you guys what to do. It's all available to us, right? It's just about doing it and doing the practice, which is not really doing anything. It's more so just relaxing. Is it good, Mike? Isn't it like it's alcohol, right? A cut of steak that's coated in seasoning. Breading. Girl, I want that, Cece. Do you make it? We're all going to Cece's house. Is it, wait, is it tender though? Steak. You know how steak can be funny, right? Sometimes. Christine said, I'll bring the tofu. I'm reading. The only thing is I'm running low. Thanks, Desso. Okay. Sandra Bullock in the house. It's the gravy on the chicken fried steak for me. Oh, God, it sounds so good. I've been craving Caesar's. That's what my daughter makes, Caesar salads. And she gets one all the time. She had one yesterday. Did you say good numbers on the drink? Do you know how much this drink, I told you guys this, but it's 4444 at or 444 at my Dunkin'. That's my name. Wait, oh, that's an imposter. Did you see that? That's an imposter. That's a blocker. That's so funny. I did, Christina. Yeah, I'm like, no, we're not playing that game. See, this is why I'm excited to, like, I don't mind this stuff, and I'm going to be doing lives like this, but just to have something more private too, where we can just hang out and chat. Oh, thank you, Christina. I would have never have known that though. Like that people do that. I am from Philly, Danny. Now, Katie, it's just a number. Like, it's just a sequence, like 444. It doesn't, so always remember this, Katie. Like, nothing actually has meaning here. But a lot of things there's meanings placed on things over time. But nothing actually has meaning here. So whenever I see those types of numbers, like 444, 333, I like to see those numbers. I just like them, right? It's like synchronicity to me. It feels good to me. But that's it. Like, I don't go any further. I don't research it or anything. Because nothing actually has meaning here. Nothing has meaning. It's just meanings have been placed over time. and some of them are very dominant. So we believe it, right? We believe it to be true, but no, none of it is. That's why you base everything from now on. You base it on how you feel, Katie. Always base it on how you feel, because if you don't feel good, it's a lie. If it feels bad, it's a lie. If it doesn't feel good, it's a lie, right? And in that moment, that's all you need to know. You settle yourself down in that moment, calm yourself down, and you'll reconnect to self again, and then you'll be moved out of it. Always remember that. It's really that simple. It's always going to be that simple for the rest of your life. Now that you know this, that you're here to live an amazing life, you're supposed to feel good. Everything you want is done. It's all about feeling from this point on. If it doesn't feel good, it's a lie. There's a limitation there, and you got to settle yourself down in that moment to bring yourself back to self, which is wholeness, because nothing is separate from you, right? Then you start to feel whole again. You start to feel good again, and that's it. And then you're moving towards best and better. Like literally, that's all this stuff is you just constantly moving forward to best and better. You constantly moving towards your manifestations and your best life in the best way possible. Like that's all you're ever doing is settling yourself down and relaxing into this moment. Exactly, Katie, exactly. Don't try to figure out why, though. That's what they do. So limitations, limiting beliefs, and lies, they're going to try to get you to figure out why it's a lie. Don't go there. It's just a trap. Just know just know in that moment, Katie, that you're supposed to feel good. That's enough. Oh wait, I'm supposed to feel good. There's a limitation here, and I'm supposed to feel good. So let me calm myself down. Let me relax my body so I can bring myself back to self again. Right? Bring myself back to self, relax my body. Okay, all right, I'm starting to feel better, because your energy starts to raise when you relax your body. Your energy starts to raise, you're starting to connect now, and that's what's going to move you out of it over and over and over again. Literally, that's all you ever have to do, always and forever. Yeah, right? No. Yeah, right? Christina says, wait, don't figure it out. I feel that. Yeah, you don't got to figure it out. It's a trap. Because that's another trap. You'll be there forever trying to figure it out. You'll just start arguing with it. It keeps you stuck in that belief that doesn't serve you. It keeps you stuck in a pattern. This is all, like my way of teaching this is energetically. It's all energetics. It's all moving slower. It's all relaxing your body. It's all soothing yourself. Settling yourself down back to self. Okay, I'm feeling good. All right. All right. Now let me go do this. Let me go clean my house. Let me go clean my room. Let me go light a candle. Let me go dance. Let me go take a ride. Like literally, that's my practice over and over. You just got to keep on doing it. That's what's going to keep you moving towards things that are more in alignment with you in the best way possible. Let me tell you, you guys, my life is so easy. Like I'm telling you. Thanks, Joey. That's so cool. Like I'm not kidding. Like no rules. I make the rules as I go. And it just gets easier, but you can't fight with where you're at. You gotta flow with where you're at and know that you're where you're supposed to be. So it's more about learning how to flow with this moment. Even if it doesn't feel good to you anymore, you'll move out of it, but you have to flow with it. Don't fight with it. Don't argue with it. Don't get lost in it. Just relax your body. Make the best of it. If you're doing something that doesn't really feel good to you, it's just like, you know what? Okay, I grew out of this. Whatever this is, I grew out of it. Let me just make the best of it now. Stay as positive as you can. If not, just get yourself calmed down. And that's what moves you towards best. Like literally, that's how this game works. That's how this game of life works. Like that's all you're ever doing. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's a new way of living your life that will free you. It will free you from anything and anything and everything that does not serve you. Exactly, Christina, exactly. I don't think. Well, you're mostly, thanks, Emma. You have to practice that, Jack. You have to practice that. You have to want to practice it as well. Oh, Vols, I love that. Oh, she's connecting with you. I love that, Vols. And hi, Vols. So just look at it like, So Jackie, like that has to be a practice of quieting your mind. That's meditation. That's where meditation will come in. Everybody is thinking all the time. Like you're not stopping your thoughts. They're always happening, but you're going to be more in alignment with them. You're going to be, you're going to quiet down the ones that don't serve you. So it's more so, it's not even about stopping your thoughts or trying to control your thoughts. It's none of that. That's not what my practices are. You're just making it about how you feel. That's literally it. Everything else will take care of itself. You're not trying to control your thoughts. You're not trying to change your thoughts. You're not trying to be on top of your thoughts. I don't. And I live an amazing life. So it goes to show. I don't try to control my thoughts. I'm not trying to be on top. Woo, that sounds exhausting if you're asking me. What you got, your energy's precious. What are you giving away to? What are you forcing too much? Where are you trying too hard in this moment? Remember, it's supposed to be easy. So in that moment, calm yourself down and say, there's got to be an easier way. That's what I used to say. I'm like, there's got to be an easier way. When I was doing techniques, I was like, there's got to be an easier way to do this. This is exhausting. This is exhausting, right? So you just always go within and you ask, okay, there's got to be an easier way than this. This seems too difficult. Yes, Shalina, yes. You got to keep doing it, Jack. So you got to keep doing it over and over again because it's a practice, basically. It's a practice. The thing is that they are going to come up, but you're going to be doing the opposite and calming. See, here's the thing. Just by relaxing your body, Jack, you're already moving out of it. It's already working out for you. You're already moving towards best and better. See, you have to look at it and understand it more as like energetics, and like this experience is based off energetic levels, right? So when you're in negative emotion, when you're thinking negative thoughts, when you don't feel good, you're stuck at the bottom, right? And you're just like, oh, this sucks. Why I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. And that just doesn't give you the information you need in that moment. It just keeps you there. So by softening your body, by just literally just softening your body, you're already raising your energy. So you're already starting to float up and you're starting to move out of that negative thought, that negative feeling, that negative emotion, that unfavorable story. You're already moving out of it and you're moving towards best and better. The thing about that is, for a lot of people, because humans are control freaks, we're control freaks, is that we can't see the results. Well, it's still there. I'm still thinking it. So you don't trust that it's working. Even though you're feeling better, just by softening your body, you start to like get back in it again. Like, but it's still there. And you start to panic again. But you gotta keep relaxing your body. You gotta keep doing it. Life will show you. It will show you the more you do it, it's starting to get better. That those negative thoughts are starting to fade away. They're not there as much anymore. Your life's starting to get better. So life will show you. You just got to keep doing it over and over again to really get to the other side of this, to where you are literally living a more fulfilled life. No problem. And if you struggle with meditation, I always say to go check out my playlist in here. I have a playlist called Easy Fun Meditations that can help you like meditate, different sounds and stuff like that in there. Hi, RJ from Toronto. It doesn't indicate anything. It's indicating separation in that moment, disconnect. What does feeling anxiety indicate to you? Separation, disconnect. That's it. No more than that. Anxiety, disconnect. There's a lie there. There's a limitation there. What am I going to do? I'm going to calm myself down. That's it. Just relax. Oh, all right. I'm starting to feel better now. Okay. I'm okay. I'm safe. Everything's fine. That's all anxiety is. Separation from self. Exactly right, Shalina. So yeah, it's just a whole new way of living your life. That's going to set you free though. It's not just, oh, I'm just a whole new way of living my life and like no change. No, like literally it's going to set you free. It's going to set you free. Yeah. Yeah, because I noticed through my experience, Linda, that anxiety was no different than me having a negative story that popped up. It's all the same. It's all just energy. Everything's energy. That's all it is. It's the story we attach to. It's the meaning we attach to it in that moment that we think, oh my God, we're stuck here with this negative thought, feeling, circumstance, and my life is over. You don't realize that nothing really has meaning here at all. And that's just disconnect. It's a lie anyway. So the more you just understand these concepts, it just makes life so much easier. That frees you alone, right? I tried uploading the live. Now, every now and then, TikTok's funny. And I can't get these lives uploaded onto YouTube because someone said, could you update the live? I don't know who it was. I forget, yesterday. So give me some time to play around with it. Every now and then it updates its stuff. And I got to figure out a different way to upload these lives onto YouTube. So I'll get them back going soon. No. Why would you think it's sad that nothing has meaning? You're placing the meaning. That's what this experience is. It's so freeing to know that nothing has meaning. Look at all the meanings that got placed over time that are so not serving us anymore. Now we're moving on to better meanings. That's what we're moving towards now, Marta. We're moving towards more positive meanings so we can all have more positive experiences here. And it can be fun for everybody. So everybody can understand that we're all unlimited. We can be doing anything we want, right? That's what we're moving towards. There's going to be no money. There's not going to be control over money, and you don't get to eat, but you do. And, you got it. There's a value on this, and we're moving out of all of that now. We're moving into more positive meanings that everybody gets to have an amazing experience. So, no, it's good that we know that now. It's good that we know nothing has meaning because people have placed such negative meanings on things over time that they're not serving us. And so many people are suffering because of it. So this is going to set you free. Because this experience it's for fun. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be having fun here, not suffering. So trust me, it's a good thing that you know that nothing has meaning. Trust me. How can we manifest commitment from someone? Commit to yourself. Pour into yourself. Be your own best friend. You got to be okay being by yourself too. You got to be pouring into yourself all the time. What does that mean to pour into yourself? Do your hair, do your makeup, do things that fulfill you, paint your nails. Just be able to be with your own energy and not be in that needy energy for someone else to be there to fill it. That's what will bring somebody in the best way possible for you, right? Not settling for something less than that. But you got to pour into you first. That's what it is, because you start to understand this is really only you having your own experience anyway, right? So you got to keep pouring into you, and then you'll get that reflected back. Exactly what Shalina said. It's not hard to do that. It's not hard. You just gotta really, really be poor. Like, you gotta be putting yourself first. You just do my practices, keep going with the flow in this moment, making the best of where you're at in this moment, and be just constantly taking your time. Don't rush around too much, just make like Shalina said, make yourself a priority. Start doing things that feel good to you. Hi, Bella. A little bit. It just said I was on here for, I don't know how long. An hour and a half, so maybe. But it's okay. Yeah. As soon as I start to feel like I'm bored or I'm feeling I say I'll just use it as I start to have a little dip. I just go within. I settle down long enough to where I get guided to do something. And it's always something that serves me, because I take on that first. You get good at trusting the feelings, though. It's all right, I could do this or this. This one feels like it'll be better. Let me do this one. So you trust that, that intuitive nudge to go do that. So I don't really get in that energy anymore where I'm bored or, just not feeling good, wrapped up in negative emotion. Right here, Ralph. I gotta go get another one though. I'm gonna jump off in a little bit so I can go get my refresher. So I have it for tomorrow. Yes, right, Linda? And it's not saying someone's not going to come in. It's not saying that. If that's what you want, if that's what you're manifesting, a relationship, they will come in, right? They'll come in, but you're just going to be so whole and fulfilled. It's not a needy, I need this relationship in order to feel good. I need this money in order to fill that void. I need this thing in order. It's not going to be that anymore. That's why you do these practices. Everything manifests. Things that, things come in that are like really in alignment with you and with what you're asking for, right? Remember, what is the reminders, Bella? What really are they? Settle down, but stay settled long enough. See, we're so impulsive, like, and I do it sometimes to myself, and instead it's like, watch yourself. It's like, why am I grabbing that thing? Why can't I just sit here long enough with my own energy and get that intuitive nudge to do something? Like, just do it, because you'll find it so rewarding that you sat there long enough to get a positive nudge to do something, right? And that's really all you're ever doing. Like, you're just going to be constantly settling yourself down long enough to where you're inspired to do something more so, right? Instead of impulsively doing something, right? Like an old pattern or something that doesn't serve you. Is it 444 where you are? Aw. Get down with the settle down. Christine's becoming, I think Christine is going to be a rapper. She's definitely going to be a singer. She always comes up with all the phrases. Get down with the settle down. Do you know what I was thinking? What's that song? Get down with the settle. I'm not going to sing it, but if I have to, no diggity, no doubt. In reality, no judgy, only lovey. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, I think it was a good decision. That I was actually afraid. I was afraid of it, but I was also I was prepared for it because I knew I was going to do it, like diet dark, because it was something my daughter kept saying. I always tell her she's always right. I'm like, anytime you tell me to do something, I always like it. Oh, of course, Bella. Remember, Bella, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, right? This is exactly where you plan to be right now in this moment. Everything's going according to plan. This is where you plan to be in this moment. You're exactly where you're supposed to be in this moment. Literally, I promise you guys. I promise. And so that's always going to be what it is. Even like as your life starts to change, you're going to be like, oh my God, I was always exactly where I was supposed to be in that moment. Everything happened according to plan. There was no mistakes in any of this. It all makes sense now. Like, how much of a relief is that? It's the truth. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to say, you're right. You're right. I was always exactly where I was supposed to be at that time. Everything was happening according to plan. Nothing went wrong. It was all right. It was all perfectly planned for me. And I promise you're going to say those exact words. You're going to say those words as things start to get better and you're on the other side. You're going to say, I was always exactly where I was supposed to be at the right time. Nothing went wrong. It was all right. So start saying that now because it's the truth. Gold. All right, we got the statement of the night goes to Christine. Yes. I'm telling you. It's the truth. It's the truth. And like I said, it's so easy to do it, right? But yet, why? Why is it like we can't take those couple seconds? It's so refreshing when you do it, and it's so rewarding when you do it. And like I said, a second to like a couple minutes. I don't care if it's 1 minute. Take that pause, guys. Take that pause to sit in the quiet. Don't even listen to any sound. throughout the day, sometimes you can do your sounds or your guided meditations, whatever you love, whatever you enjoy. But every now and then, take 5 to 10 seconds to do the nothingness. 5 to 10 seconds to cut out all the sounds. Just try it out. It feels so, I love it. Like to listen to the nothingness. And like I always say, like you're tapping into that infinite realm of possibilities. So it's like so cool to know that, right? It's okay. So yeah, so Bella, just what I said. Christine, you should tell her what you do for the, maybe this body scan might help her. The body scan one. Because I know Christine said she loves that. That works for her. Right? I knew she was. I could tell like she was like channeling in that moment. And it's like, you know, when people are going, like they're taking that time to meditate, you could tell by what they're saying. Yeah, and I think they're helpful too because they relax your body, because in a way that's kind of what I tell you guys to do anyway. Like make sure you're relaxing your shoulders, letting your hands just like letting your body fall, right? A lot of people say, should I focus on my breathing? I'm like, guys, there's no wrong way to meditate. There's no for the longest time I would listen to a fan sound or like a cool beat or something, and I would switch it up. I always liked the fan sound the most, but I would switch it up, right? And there's no wrong or right. You got to do, like that's the one thing. And Christine said it the other day. She's like, you know what? I realized that like I like the body scan ones. Instead of listening to like what maybe even me, I would say do it this way, or someone say do it that way. There's no right way. It's whatever feels best for you. That's the right way. That's the right way. So if you enjoy doing Joe Dispenza's, then do them. I never did any of those. I created my own. I like to figure out my own way to do it and what worked for me. That was always too much information, and it was too much for me. Listening to the way other people, I can't do the guided ones. I have to do my own thing. So, but if that works for you, if you like Joe Dispenza's, yes, do it. Do it. Anything that's going to relax your body and help you settle down in that moment and relax you in that moment. Yeah, so I'm more of like I am now, this is now, where I'm at is just sitting in the silence, the pure silence. Like I love it. I just like sitting in that silence. Because I always get guided now. So I'm always hearing that, do this now, or go do that. This would be best for you right now. Like I have that, if I'm asking for it, I get the answer of what to do in that moment. Thanks for the likes, guys. I'm watching all the hearts go crazy over here. And it's something I don't always pay attention to. And now I'm like, it's caught my eye. All right, I am going to jump off because I want to, God, excuse me. I want to go get my refresher. Because it's one of those things that if I don't go get it, I'll regret it tomorrow. Or I mean, I could always go out tomorrow and get it, but I like to have it. Aw, Katie. I love you guys too. Advice on first steps to getting out of freeze mode? What's freeze mode, Tori? Aw, thanks, Mike. Right? What is freeze mode? Like feeling stuck? I would say feeling stuck. I would say relaxing, meditating, doing anything that like kind of like slows the momentum down of things, as in fight or flight. Yeah. So anything you want to slow the momentum down. You want to slow your energy down, meditate, settle yourself down, relaxing practices. Remember this. Remember this phrase. When slowing things down speeds things, it speeds you to more of what you want. Slowing your energy down speeds you to more of what you do want. Remember that phrase. So you want to do things that slow your energy down. Meditate, move slower, take your time, relax, take your time getting ready. Because the only thing you're ever doing is constantly settling yourself down over and over and over again. It's very hard for us to do that. Like our human mind and our programming wants us to always be doing and always wants us to be grabbing something and always want to be. So you really got to train yourself in a way to say, no, we're going to settle down in this moment. No, we're going to take our time getting ready. No, we're going to relax and we're going to rest right now. And we're going to eat slow and drink slow and take our time. So it's like you gotta retrain your body and mind to go at your own slow pace, right? So that's what's going to really serve you. That's what's going to have you move towards things quicker. Yeah, I know. Just always, I said, like between all the stuff I have out here, there's tons of me out here to be in your minds. You don't even need me in your minds anymore because I'm probably already in them practically, right? All right, everyone. I'm going to jump off, guys. Have a really good night. I will see you at some point tomorrow. I don't know when. Maybe we'll do a Zoom in the membership tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow later. I don't think everybody is here that's in Zoom. Christine, Emma, maybe, but I don't know if anyone else is. Otherwise, everybody have a really great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for the positive. Oh, of course, Z. It was nice to see you, Z. All right, guys, have a good night. Thanks for your help, Christine.